Iburu, Iboya, Ibuche, everybody in Cyberland. It's your favorite Bawala, at least I hope so. I'm all doing the leke. First off, Kimben Tunu, mi padrino, Miguel Alvarez Barrera, Ochetura. Without him, I want to be here today, and I want to be teaching you and learning from you as well. One sign that I would like to talk about today is Ogbe. Okay? When I talk about Ogbe, what I really want to communicate is the symbolism in our faith. Everything we do has some form or fashion connected to an odun, a pataki of some sort, which has given us the keys and the secrets to these signs, which have been incorporated through thousands of years into the ceremonial aspects on why we do things. Why is that important? Well, when you do a ceremony, and many of my viewers, you went through your warrior ceremony, you've went through your awofaka, ikofa for females, and there are different aspects of things. Particularly, the one that I want to focus on is the one called La Pluma Loro. You've seen this. Anybody who's received the Rishu Elewa, Elekbara, okay? You've seen the little feather that's in there, and you see it's like a reddish orange feather. That's a feather from an African gray tail, okay? Where the tail, that's the actual tail, the feather of the tail. That is a very sacred feather in our faith, and we respect that feather. And that feather has many, many properties which allow us to not only elevate and consecrate, right? Because that thing is inside your Ishu Elewa, because it sits on Ishu Elewa's head almost like a crown, right? Food for thought there, okay? Symbolism is the key here. And so let me explain to you a pataki that comes from the symbolism of a Pluma Loro, the parrot tail of an African gray. All right, the pataki begins with Olofi one day was visited by Chango. Chango went and noticed that Olofi was down. He was sad. He was mute. He didn't want to communicate with anybody. He didn't say a word. Okay? Chango, being who he is, was able to discover that, hey, we need to keep Olofi abreast, happy. We need to keep him governing the earth, because only bad things can happen. Okay? And in his efforts, he was able to do so by bringing an African gray tail to Olofi. All right? Now, the pataki goes into how he did it and so forth, but the key point is Chango was able to discover a way to get Olofi happy again. So with the parrot was able to go on top of Olofi, was able to talk to Olofi. Olofi was so excited to see the parrot and talk to him. But what the parrot said was something that was amazing, something that needs to be understood. And on Beche, it is said in the sacred pataki that the parrot actually said, "Only I can see the crown of Olofi." All right, now let's take the significance of that and let's understand it. Because he was able to see the crown of Olofi when no one else could, he was able to turn the mood around, okay, and bring happiness and joy back into Olofi, so Olofi can properly govern where he needs to go. So the African gray tail Olofi took from his shoulder, put it on his head, and was walking around with it just fine, happy as can be, laughing again, governing, and it was good. Now, what happened was Olofi put the parrot on his his perch, and the parrot was sitting there. There were some people that would rather see Olofi sad so that they can do what they needed to do on their own, so that they can be malicious in certain actions without Olofi's watchful eye. They had preferred Olofi be sad and mute and not govern. So they planned somewhat of a treasonous act to take the parrot to the jungle and release it so that Olofi will never see it again. So that occurred. Olofi fell back into his sad state and again did not communicate, was unable to govern. Chango comes back to his palace, or Olofi's palace, and sees that he's like that again, doesn't know what to do. He's looking everywhere for the parrot, and therefore he at that point goes to the foot of Ifa, finds Orula, and does a Osube. Okay, a consultation. Orula throws down the Ikoles, and what comes out is this sign, Olbeche. Olbeche then realize or manifests the Ebo that Olofi needed to be cleansed, okay, by a sacred powder from the Pluma Loro, which will then keep Olofi in his proper state, in his own state, and not in the slumps as he should be. That powder was given, that powder was blown. Olofi was cleansed, Olofi was back to his normal state, and we were able to find the key to fix that. Because of what happened, Olofi mandated that across the land, Orisha and Ocho alike, that the parrot will be respected, and that for a parrot to not be respected would bring Ilinini to the crown of any person, Ocha, Orisha alike. Okay, that means that if you did not respect the parrot, then you will bring your own Osolbo, you will bring your own negativeness to your crown, your Ori. So in our faith, we use the Pluma Loro to bring back Ire. That is why it's important for any practitioner, Aleo, Ayawo, it doesn't matter, to pay attention to what you're doing and how you're doing it. And ask those vital questions, why? The Pluma Loro is sacred to Olbeche. So let me tell you this. So all those out there that are Olbeche, what should you always be carrying with you? Probably a Pluma Loro. It symbolizes your sign, your destiny. That's one tip for you, okay? For all those who have godfathers and you're Olbeche, go to your godfather and talk to them. So then that way they can educate you more about Olbeche. There's a lot of secrets about Olbeche that are beautiful and they interact with why we do things in our faith. So with that said, I wanted to kind of bring that to you. For all those of Olbeche, Olbeche teaches us a couple of things. Always find your center. Always look for the things that promote your well-being, prosperity, health, okay? Those are some of the big things that you need in life, okay? Maybe La Pluma Loro is what you need, but you also need to be able to realize within yourself, even if you're not Olbeche, what is it that brings you happiness? And you move closer to that, because that's very, very important. So with that said, just wanted to give you a little bit about Olbeche and the symbolism it brings to our faith, which is the African gray tail, the parrot feather, which you will see adorned on each and every one of your Ishuelewas. With that said, Iburu, Iboya Bucheche, always a pleasure talking to you guys, and always want to partake a little bit of wisdom. And for my old bitches out there, you have any questions? Hit me up, shoot me an email. La regla de Ifa. That's in between. la.regla.de.ifa@gmail.com. I'm here to help. I'm here to teach, but I'm here to learn. Each and every one of your experiences, I learn from. And then I'm able to partake, or I'm able to teach. Or if I cannot, then I will find somebody that can help us learn together. So with that said, Iburu, Iboya, Bucheche. There's a lot of patakis for Olbeche, and just like every other Odun, but I just want to focus on that because my key here is symbolism. You guys have a great night.